I'd like to welcome you to the Brookings County Commission meeting, September 2nd, 2025. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to start the meeting. Item number 3 on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion approved?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any additions, corrections? Any comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item 4 is an invitation for a citizen to schedule time on the commission agenda for an item not listed. There's a 5-minute time limit per person. Anyone wanting to speak during this agenda item must sign in prior to the start of the meeting. No commission action will be taken during this agenda item. Any requested action item may be scheduled for a future meeting date. And we have nobody signed in this morning. So move on to item number 5 is a consent agenda items, which includes the minutes, travel education requests, personnel action notices, cellular authorizations, and the human services report. Do I have a motion approved?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Any comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 6 on the agenda is a routine business, is approval of the claims. Do I have a motion to approve the claims?
So moved. Second.
A motion and second. Any comments? Any comments or questions? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, move on to department head reports. Sheriff Stanwyck, you'd like to start?
Good morning.
Morning, Sheriff.
Just a quick update on the total inmates. Right now we have 63. This report was completed on Friday, so we have 63 in there right now. We have 27 U.S. Marshal holds at the present time. 32 of those 63 are Brookings inmates. In other words, their charges or sentences out of Brookings County. 32 out of the 63, so about half. Have 130 on 24/7 program, 55 on PBT, so 110 come in twice a day. We got 4 on remote breath test. We have 47 UAs, and we have 20 in drug court, 1 in hope court, and 12 in DUI court. And we have 7 in GPS, so that area always stays busy. Tanya does a good job back there keeping track, which is not always easy to do with the 24/7 people. Other than that, we had unless you have some questions, we had a busy week with not a lot of problems. We had the bash, and I think they said 23,000, Dave? 23,000, I think, out there. And considering you have that amount of people in a small area, they didn't have that much issues, some medical issues, and of course you got some intoxication stuff, but nothing real serious. Could have been, with that many people in one spot, so things went good. Then we had the DAV run too with all the motorcycles and stuff in town, and that had no issues. So lots of things going on, and not a lot of problems. Some accidents over the weekend and stuff. So, other than that, unless you have some questions.
Any questions, Sheriff?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Lori from Finance. Okay, County Development, Bob.
Good morning. I submitted a staff report in there. It's, if you have any questions on that, just let me know. We do have a zoning meeting tonight, and I believe there's a joint one before the regular one. And The Madera Township update, the landowner has been contacted. He was going on vacation the same day I contacted him, so he hasn't gotten back to me yet. We're still waiting for that. And later in today's meeting, we will have a agreement on that particular thing, and another one on the local emergency planning grant. My office is going to be short-staffed a little bit next week. We've got our South Dakota Emergency Management Association Conference in Sioux Falls. 2 of us is going to. Obviously, anytime there's only one person in my office, and if an emergency comes up and we gotta go, we gotta go. We put a sign on the door and go, and leave our telephone number, so we'll be more than happy to help any citizen that stops by. If they stop by and we're not there, we'll get back in touch with them. And it's definitely next week. And then later in September, I've got a person going out on some medical issues, and we'll be in the same boat again. There'll be times where there's 2 of us in the office, and other times when there's only 1 in the office. And once again, anytime we do have to close the office, I contact my liaisons in this case, and we do the best we can. And that includes, if I have to do a building permit out in the country, we hop in the truck and go out and do the building permit. We try not to inconvenience the citizens at all. I realize the office needs to be open 8 hours a day, and we do our best to do it. But when you have emergency management under you, and if an emergency comes up, you have to respond. So, any questions on that, or any questions on anything today? Thank you.
Okay. Anything from the jail, Mr. Butler? Okay, we'll move on to regular business. Item A is the first reading of ordinance number 2025-05, an ordinance authorizing rezoning of northeast quarter excluding lot H1 and that part line east and north of lot H1 in section 14, Township 109 North, Range 50 West, Madera Township, located at 21625 471st Avenue, Brookings, South Dakota. Today is just the first reading, title only. The second reading and public hearing will be on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Moving on to item number B, action to approve resolution number 25-47, a resolution forgiving involuntary mental health liens and authorizing the finance office and register of deeds to remove them from the county's records. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
This is just a resolution that I talked with finance about. It's actually pursuant to statute. By statute, you can't lien individuals that have been involuntarily committed for mental health reasons. This was, I think, more of a deal that had gone back the last several years. We had looked into it and worked with finance to draft this. So I would recommend the commission's approval.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Any no questions? Call the roll, please.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, action approve abatement number 25-15, an abatement application made by Eric W. Met at Yux, whatever, for parcel number 40090-01300-007-00 in the amount of $246.69. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item D is action to approve agreement number 25-68, a letter of contract for engineering and environmental services, namely Madera Township Big Sioux Diversion Channel Dike reestablishment, and Amendment 6 between Brookings County and Banner and Associates, Inc. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
Yes, this agreement is a continuing thing from a few years ago on the Madera Township project, and we're getting close to the point where we're finishing things up, and hopefully this will get us to the point where all the approvals are done through the federal level.
Okay, any questions for Bob? Is there a timeline that they're proposing maybe when construction would maybe start next fall maybe, or?
We're obviously, we're working with the landowner. Landowner hunts the land, and he's got some, gonna have some requirements on when he wants construction. But I'm hoping we can at least start shoveling some dirt in 2026.
Okay. Any other comments? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item E is an action to approve agreement number 25-69, a State of South Dakota Department of Public Safety Office of Emergency Management 2026 Local Emergency Management Performance Grant. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
This is our yearly agreement between the state of South Dakota to allow us to receive a Federal Emergency Management Agency grant that covers a percentage of my salary and a percentage of Richard Hagen's salary to perform emergency management requirements in the county. It does require us to do certain actions, and that's all explained in the agreement. And once every quarter, I have to submit a report to them. They pay us, I want to say, twice a year on the grant, but it's a good program. We've used it since it started, I want to say in 2003, and I recommend your approve it.
Okay. Any questions for Bob? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item F is action to approve agreement number 25-70, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way of county highways made by Sioux Valley Energy in Trenton Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? It's pretty self-explanatory in the application, so if there's no other comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item G is action to approve agreement number 25-71, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way of county highways made by Sioux Valley Energy in Madera Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item H is action to approve agreement number 25-72, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way of county highway made by Sioux Valley Energy in Oslo Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item I is an action to approve agreement number 25-73, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way made by Sioux Valley Energy in Volga Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item J is an action to approve agreement number 25-74, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way and county highway made by Sioux Valley Energy in Eureka Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item K, action to approve agreement number 25-75, an application for occupancy of the right-of-way on county highway made by Sioux Valley Energy in Preston Township. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Item L, action approve the low bid for the Brookings County Detention Center food services to Correct Choice, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments? Any comments from the sheriff? None?
Unless you have any questions,
Have any questions? For-
jail staff here to answer.
Okay.
Is this a different service than we've had previously, or?
Yes, previously we had Trinity Service. When we opened the jail, we had, I believe, 3 services come up and bid the project. A lot of them kind of shy away from new projects first starting out because there isn't anything on paper to show them what the trends are. We are up on our three-year contract here in December. In July, we put out the RFP. We had 5 responses from different food service companies. We had only 1 that did not respond to some clarifications, so we had 4 of them that we were able to go through. And we had 3 that were pretty close, but you get down into the brass tacks of it, what they offer, what they provide, and the additional services that they will give. Correct Choice was the choice amongst the staff and the administration, and it did come as a savings to the county as well from our previous contract. And they are local, they are out of Sioux Falls. They were a bigger company back 15 years ago and have kind of downsized in what they're doing. They do have some fairly large contracts in Illinois, and they are reaching out now into the South Dakota market and have come upon quite a few contracts there. So be nice to have somebody local.
Any other questions?
Previously, was it our staff that was doing it, or these guys will staff it, won't they? It'll be their Correct Choice staff?
Yes, they will have 3 individuals. They'll have a kitchen manager and 1 full-time and 1 part-time, or they might go 2 part-time depending on what they figure out as they get into the works of it. And they have worked with Trinity Services before, and so they'll integrate real well, and the handoff will be pretty smooth come December.
Okay.
Part of the
The
deal is
magic
that
words.
keep our staff. We got a good manager back there, and so that was part of the deal that
They're going
Keep
to
what we
absorb
got.
that staff member? Very good,
Oh, okay.
very good.
Yeah, you said the magic word, savings to the county, so
Yes.
I like that.
that's the key word right there.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, call roll, please.
Host,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item M is action to declare a 2018 Ford Explorer as surplus property to be sold via online auction. Do I have a motion approved?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments?
I have is that we use what we got, and usually the jail ends up with the patrol vehicles. This one has 157,000 miles on it, and it needs to go, so it's not reliable enough for long transports and so forth, so.
Okay. The only question is there any other offices that were interested in it or not?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
The only other comment that I would make, Jenna Baker in the finance office, is I just realized I made a typo. We would publish the notice of sale 2 times, September 11th and September 18th, and then the sale would begin September 22nd, not August.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, which online auction site do we use for something like that?
For the last 5-6 years, we've been using the public surplus, is what it's called. It's just the website is www.publicsurplus.com. It is free for us to use. It's very easy. Their support staff is phenomenal to work with. They're always in touch with me on how we can boost sales, if you will, across the area. So that is the auction site that we've been using the last 5-6 years.
As a whole, we've done well on the online auctions with, better than we do with live auction, with the patrol cars. We've done well on the auction, on the online, so, yeah.
And
I
that's,
think last time, one of them went for 5,500, and, yeah, so we kind of watched it live to see. They had a little bidding war towards the end, so, yeah.
and basically, I believe the buyer pays the fees that are associated with it, so the county doesn't have to pay any fees, so.
Correct.
Okay, any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carried. Commission Department Directors Report.
The commission received an invitation to tour the Minnehaha County JDC Juvenile Detention Center. They kind of set a specific time for us to be down there because they're inviting a lot of, I think, counties that they used to partner with to come down, and they're kind of expecting a high turnout. So our time is Wednesday, September 17th at 9 a.m. If you want to go, plan to go, let me know. I can kind of line up transportation. It'd just be down kind of there, probably in back, noonish probably, I'm guessing. Also, as part of my staff report, I included the Samara Avenue project construction timeline. What this is moving phase 3 of this project, and that's the north few blocks, block 2 or 3 blocks of the north end of the project, moving that into the spring of 2026. I think they got into the project and phase 1 was taking longer than I think they anticipated, and so we're kind of getting up to a point where we don't want to start something and then leave that road in a poor condition over the winter months. So that is what that is doing. I'm continuing to go to those meetings. Every Wednesday we have update meetings. If something changes, we can let you know, but continue to work with the city of Volga on this as well. The only other thing that I have was this August 31st was the deadline for the 5-year plans for the rural access infrastructure funding for next year. We had kind of an influx at the time of this report. We only had 1, but we received 6 more. So we have 7 townships now that have submitted their 5-year plans. That makes them eligible now to submit applications and their resolutions, their funding resolutions by the end of September, or no, by the end of October, sorry. So it looks like we'll have pretty good interest in that project. I'm starting just now to see a few bills now trickle in for projects that were for this year, for 2025 funding, so hopefully those projects are getting wrapped up and we'll start kind of paying some of those, the 80% of back through the rural access infrastructure funds for projects that are getting finished now. So that was good to have. And then just some upcoming dates. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, most of us will be out in Pierre for the SDACC Fall Convention. Quite a few of us are heading out Sunday. A couple of us are golfing on Sunday in that outing, and then the conference is Monday and Tuesday. Wraps up about 2 o'clock on Tuesday. On September 8th, there is a ribbon cutting and open house for the New Yorkshire Medical Building That's at 5 o'clock. And then I believe if I stay in sequential order, Commissioner Miller, you had mentioned that the Brookings Behavioral Health and Wellness Ivy Center kind of open house is the 16th?
It's on the 16th from 4 to 6.
16th from 4 to 6, so make a note of that. And then, as I had mentioned, the JDC tour down in Minnehaha County, September 17th at 9 a.m. As noted, as part of that first reading of the ordinance, the second reading of the ordinance is at that special joint meeting with the Brookings City Council on September 23rd at 5:30 here in the chambers. There is a Public Utilities Commission public meeting on the proposed Toronto Power Plant, Wednesday, September 24th, 5:30. That's at the Dubrook Elementary School in Toronto. Hobo Day Parade and Events is coming up October 11th. And then a little bit further out, we will be closed on October 13th. That's the Native American Day holiday. I've had some information in past packets about the First Bank and Trust Fueling Innovation Through Turbulent Times, 7:30 to 12:30, 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's at Club 71 at the SDSU football stadium. I think you had to RSVP for that. And then again, October 28th, I know I've had this on there, but make sure that's on your calendar for department head reviews on that day. Other than that, that's all I had, unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions for Stacy? Okay. I had a couple minutes yet. State's Attorney's Office report. 2 minutes. I think we'll just wait till 9 and start our scheduled agenda item. Got him a minute. Yeah.
I can do it in less than a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, Commissioners, I should have probably did that at my department head meeting, but I just want to introduce Andrew Erickson, who is the jail administrator that we have promoted June 6th. He's doing a good job. So some of you know Andrew. Andrew's background is he's been with me, what, 8 years? 20. And his dad was former police chief and the county coroner. And so Andrew is a good addition to, he's learning fast. He had a busy first week in the detention center. So he's got his feet wet and he's up to his knees right now. Anyway, thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome,
Again.
Andrew. Good to have you.
It is 9 o'clock. We have a scheduled agenda item. Item A is a 2026 provisional budget public hearing and action to approve resolution number 25-46, adoption of the 2026 provisional budget for Brookings County, South Dakota. Do I have a motion approved?
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion is second. I would now open the public hearing, and I would ask any proponents who would like to speak to this. Any proponents? Is there any proponents that would like to speak to this? I now like, is there any opponents that would like to speak? Any opponents that would like to speak? With that, I would close the public hearing and entertain comments from the commission.
Being new to this process, what is the rest of the process on this budget before it's finally approved? And what amendments can still be done at some point, or what does that just look like?
Any changes can still be made between now and, I believe our next meeting is the 16th of September. If any changes are made, we create a separate document and then read those amendments into the meeting so that, so they're noted in the minutes. And then we update this document that's in front of you to create the annual budget that incorporates those changes. And then once that's approved at the next meeting, then that becomes the annual budget for 2026. Statutorily, we have to have it done by, the annual budget done and approved by the 1st of October, so that's why we do handle this all in September. I don't know if quite often we get centrally assessed utilities numbers in between now and our next meeting, so for sure, those changes will be brought forward. I think those come into the finance office, and then I work with them to make those changes. That usually affects the levy a little bit, because it's tax dollars that are coming in or being reduced, whichever. So, but yeah, any changes, we can still make changes between now and then. So now we don't change the provisional budget like today. We don't, any changes we can make note of, and those changes will be made then to the annual budget, what becomes the annual budget. But what is in front of you today is, it's a balanced budget. It's kind of an honest-to-goodness balanced budget. Revenues equal expenditures. We're not using, the only fund that we're using some cash is in the Register of Deeds Relief Fund. You can see that. This $2,000 here is that. Now, that fund has to be used for very specific purposes in the Register of Deeds office, and so I'm not concerned about that $2,000. There's more cash there than there's plenty of cash there to cover that $2,000. So that's the only fund that I would say we're using some reserves, if you will, to balance. I think that's it. On the levy too, the current levy is 3.929. The proposed levy for this budget is 3.870, so down a little bit from what we are currently. Like I said, that can change based on some of the information that comes in between now and the annual budget. But this is a very good start to this process.
Mm-hmm. So if there's items you'd want to discuss, or anything you'd have to make an amendment to this motion?
No, we can't amend the provisional budget.
Okay.
So at this point, any amendments will come for the annual budget. Now you can discuss, I think it's fair to discuss any changes that you would like to request us look into, but we can't amend the provisional budget today. What we would do is amend the annual budget at the next meeting.
Okay.
Is there numbers available for what I know we had some people concerned with valuations had gone up, but that, the levies amounts would be going down. And I guess, do we have, I worked backwards a little bit with the math and trying to figure out what the entire county's property valuations were, and I don't have the number from last year as far as how much did the valuations increase and how much is the levy going down. And I know we're stuck with certain levels. We can only go up 3% And then we're capped starting next year as far as how much growth we can accept. And so I was just kind of curious to hear those numbers at some point.
That would be
That would be,
Jacob's question with the valuations. They went up, but I mean, we also have growth, new,
Right.
that's something Jacob would be able to give us those numbers, so. If that's, I mean, we can do that next, have him give us an update next meeting. If there's other things within the budget we want to comment on now, that, I mean, that's the time that we can discuss and by the next meeting, make a decision too.
Well, we'd have, yeah. I guess if there's any changes, they'd have to be submitted and brought as a amendment for next time after we work the numbers out. So,
Yeah. Is there any comments or
I'd
questions?
just like to thank the staff for all the hard work on this budget. It's great to see this come together.
Yes, it took us a little longer than usual, but I think it ended up in pretty good shape, so. With that, call the roll, please.
Miller,
Aye.
Hostler.
Aye.
Vanderwall.
Aye.
Post.
Aye.
Jensen.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Move on to commissioner discussion. Commissioner Vanderwall.
Thank you. On Wednesday, the 20th, I attended the Volga Samara / 464th project. And then on the 21st, I attended the Soil Conservation District Tour. Great tour. If you get invited to go on those, I'd encourage those people to attend. The staff does a great job. We went into the northwest corner of our county and learned a lot. And on the 21st, that evening, I did attend an event that Sioux Valley Electric put on for area commissioners from the other counties, just discussions on growth and those things. Good discussions, and that's my report. Thank you.
Mr. Post.
Yeah, on the 26th, I attended a meeting that was discussing, there's a group from West River that's looking to abolish property tax. And so I thought that concerned us and went to hear what they had to say. And I guess I would say I left with more questions than answers. So it doesn't look very promising to me.
Okay, Commissioner Miller.
Thank you. On the 21st, I also attended the Soil Conservation Tour and agree with Kelly. That was a fascinating tour, very informative. It's fun to get out and see what's happening firsthand and what they're doing. That evening, I went to the Sioux Valley Roundtable in Colton. That was, again, informative with people from different communities of what challenges they're dealing with. And it was good just to have that discussion with other people of what challenges they're dealing with. On the 25th, I attended the Behavioral Wellness Board meeting in the Ivy Center. Beautiful building. I hope you guys can attend the open house on the 16th. They've come a long ways with what they're doing there and doing some good things. Then on the 27th, I attended the Beta Board meeting. And good to hear the numbers there. Boy, there's a lot of people that ride the Beta bus. So that's my report.
Mr. Hostler.
Yeah, so on August 20th, we had our BEDC monthly board meeting, taking steps and looking at the growth and that in the region. On the 21st, I also attended that conservation tour, district tour, and yeah, I'm going to echo what Commissioner Vanderwall and Commissioner Miller said. It's great to see how our conservation district can partner with Game and Fish to really conserve and help our local areas and yeah, you learned a lot about the dam up in there in the northeast corner and that. On the 26th, I am a member of the newly merged board for the BEDC and Visit Brookings and those, and we have a committee that has been formed for a CEO search. So we had a meeting on the 26th there to vet some search firms, local, to see about taking the next steps and finding the CEO for the new merger organization that will be kind of going into effect the first of the year. So we did some work on that and vetted some firms, and they're taking steps to get that going. And that is my report.
Thank you. I also attended the conservation tour on the 21st. Huge thank you to Beta for showing us around, and all the conservation staff for explaining everything, and also the GF&P personnel that were on site, and learned a few things on CRP and all the different varieties of flowers and bugs and everything that's out there. It was quite interesting. We did visit the Hendricks Dam. A lot of people don't know that's actually there. It's kind of the background behind that when it was built back in the late 70s. So, did have last week a few questions on the Beta building space needs. I think that's kind of, I know the sheriff's office is working on moving some stuff, and we're cleaning up out there, and we'll get, hopefully, get everything situated out there in the near future. If there's any questions or anything, we can address them later. So, also, Brian wasn't here today. I was going to update on 214th County Road 16A out there between Aurora and Brookings. Beginning of last week, the road was treated, the gravel was treated and stabilized, and then a couple days later, it was seal coated, double seal coat on that now. There's red rock chips on the surface right now. They'll wait a few days here, and I believe they'll be out there brooming those chips off. Then eventually the stripers will come in and stripe that. It looks good right now. Hopefully it improves things out there. It should improve it's a little dusty right now, but it should help with all the dust situation out there, and also it should be a smoother surface. So Marty, be ready. I'm sure the cars will be going faster than ever out there. So, but with that, that's all I had. We move on to item number 12, executive session in accordance with South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2, parentheses 1, personnel. Do I have a motion to enter?
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.